What's up, guys? So for this video, I wanted to go ahead and answer a question that I received on Instagram. I made a post asking, for questions that I can maybe answer in the next video, or topics that you guys wanted me to discuss. So I chose a very good question. The question I want to jump into and answer is, why do you think some men refuse to sign nikah papers that doesn't allow polygamy? And that's a very good question. So stay tuned. I'll answer that. Honestly, the majority of the men out there, with the rare exception of a few, don't believe in the idea of being with one person for the rest of their life. They can't imagine it. They can't picture it. They can't comprehend that they're going to be with one person through thick and thin, through difficulties, through sickness, through changes along the way, through kids, and so much more. They don't believe in that idea. Even though they selected one person that they're strongly attracted to, that they want to be with right now, that they still have this idea in the back of their head that if it does get hard, if it does, if things do change, that I want the security of leaving the situation, right? Leaving this relationship. And a lot of men don't know what they signed up for. A lot of men don't know the contract that they're signing, and that's sad, right? That's sad, because society has created this mindset in men, this abundance mindset of there's more out there, there's more that I gotta have, there's even though I'm with the person that I want to be with, down the line maybe there's more that I might want. And that comes from not understanding the contract that they're signing. A lot of men don't know what they're signing up for, and it's very unfortunate for the girls out there, because they think that this person wants to be with them forever, and this person is signing the nikah papers, assuming that this person is going to be committed to me, is going to be with me for for life, we're going to be partners in this dunya and in the akhirah. A lot of women do have that strong belief, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? Because their hearts are pure. But a lot of men out there really deceive, and they really put up a front, and they really try to manipulate a situation to their benefit. And a lot of guys want that security. They want that security to leave whenever they want to. Yeah, of course, they can always divorce, but it's better for them to go and marry another woman. It's better for them to be with one person and at the same time have something else on the side, given that it is halal. So they want that security, they want a way out. So they play that deception game, they manipulate the situation, they manipulate the contract. And a lot of women, based on their innocence and based on their kind heart, they don't go in depth within the contract. They don't say, hey, I don't want you to take on a second wife, this is going to be part of the contract. I don't want you to marry another woman, this is going to be part of the contract, and things that they don't go into that, because obviously when women love, and when women want to get married, and when women really find the partner they want to be with forever, they don't really think about, is this guy going to leave me for someone else, or is this guy going to marry someone else on top of marrying me? They don't think that, because they're giving themselves up for this person. And so I think a lot of guys have this mindset because of society. There's always more out there. And that's a sad mindset to have, because society has really manipulated the minds of men out there, the minds that there's always more, that you should want more, and that you shouldn't focus on just this. You should focus on more out there, and this and that. You won't be satisfied unless you have another one, unless you have another one, unless you have another one. So when they get the nikah, they already have this idea going into it. And a lot of men have this superficial outlook on marriage, right? They marry this person based on looks. They marry this person based on how they're feeling today. And they don't really choose a partner that they think they are really in it for the long haul, that they don't think that, they don't choose a person that fits their personality. They don't choose a person that really they want to be with forever and ever and ever. They choose based on how they're feeling today, or what they see today. And if those things change within the marriage, obviously their emotions and their conditions and how they think of that person changes. A lot of men are cursed with the ability to select a woman based on her looks. A lot of men are so superficial that the only reason why they're marrying this person is based on how she looks today and based on what she can provide them today. They're not looking for that deeper connection. They're not looking for a connection that would last a long time, that would last a lifetime. And they're not looking to sort of connect with this person spiritually. They can grow with, they can improve with, that they can go through many obstacles, many difficulties that life throws at them. They're not thinking long term, and it's unfortunate. They're not thinking long term. And that's sad, because you would hope that you also have a parental figure. You would hope that their dad or their uncle, whoever it is, would teach them, would teach them a little bit about, choosing a partner, a little bit about, hey, look to the future. Hey, make sure, you select a partner that you're going to be with for the rest of your life. You would hope that they have that. But sadly, in this generation, you don't see that. There's not a lot of male figures. There's not a lot of male role models to show them that one person is enough. So most men have a foot in and they have a foot out. A lot of men have already left the marriage before they even entered, right? A lot of men, they're getting married with this idea that they can leave anytime, that they can get out of this anytime. They're not realizing that they're signing a contract, with Allah, that they're making a promise to Allah, that they're gonna take care of this person, that they're gonna, give her due rights, that they're gonna support this woman, that they're gonna, that responsibility falls on them. They're not even thinking about that. They're thinking that this contract is their gain, right? They have one foot in, they want to be with this person, they're attracted to this person, but yet the other foot is out, because they can always, grab the other foot and go back out if they have to, because this person has changed or this person has gained weight. God knows, a person might be diagnosed with Alzheimer's. They can't remember anymore. It might be difficult to take care of this person. Maybe this person might become disabled in the future. Maybe this person might lose something. With this superficial mindset and this terrible understanding and this abundance mindset that is a curse, they have this foot out because they want to leave. They're gonna leave. And it's sad. It's sad because they don't know that they're also leaving the promise that they've made with God. Saying that, hey, I'm going to be with this person through thick and thin. I'm going to be with this person no matter what. This is my forever. This is my lifetime. This is my dunya and my akhirah. They're not thinking like that. And that's why I think a lot of women should select a partner based on, their spiritual level. How righteous are they? How committed to their deen are they? How committed to their worship are they? Because if they're committed to that, then you would hope that they also look at your right. If it's something that hurts you, if it's something that you don't really like, deep down in your heart, then that's something that that person should recognize and say, hey, you know what, this is gonna make my wife unhappy. This is gonna make my wife go through so many difficulties, or have this this feeling of sadness, and might cause her to go into depression. I don't want to do it because I want her happiness in this dunya and the akhirah. It is true that if you do select a righteous person, that they can also marry a second and third wife, but that's something that you guys can discuss, right? That's something that you guys can talk about upfront. And if they do decide to break the contract, if they do decide to go ahead and marry a second woman and a third woman, and you're not happy with that, then that's a decision for you to make, right? You cut your losses. At the end of the day, what is written for you will happen to you. What the qadr of Allah is will happen. But at the same time, you're not to blame. You're not saying, oh, I selected a person based on their attractiveness. I selected a person based on, this and that, this and that. No, you selected a person based on how God-fearing they were, based on what you thought was right. You selected based on what the Prophet has encouraged you to go by, so you can't really look at yourself and blame yourself if that righteous person says, hey, I'm gonna not abide by this contract, I'm gonna go ahead and marry a second wife. Then, like I said, you cut your losses and you move on. And a lot of men come with this weak argument that it's the nature of men. It's the nature of men to want to be with another woman, to be with multiple women, to be polygamous, right? And that's the weakest argument out there. We know that Allah has created this natural fitrah, this natural inclination in men to want women. They want to be with a woman, this lustful woman. They want this companionship. But you can't use that situation to argue that Allah has created this nature in men to want multiple women. No, you're created to want women. And now, whether you want 1, 2, or 3, or 4 is based on your decisions, is based on what you decide to do from here on. Yeah, you want a woman, right? You get married to one and you give her rights. You try to be there for her, and you try to last a lifetime. You try to take it into the akhirah, right? And that's a decision that someone can choose to make. And if you choose to marry a second or third or fourth, it's a decision that you try to make. If you decide to want more and more and more and more, then that's something that you need to check. That's something that you need to maybe, reevaluate and say, hey, what is it of more that I'm looking for? Why isn't my wife enough? Why isn't this person that I chose who I'm attracted to, why isn't she enough? Maybe what you're doing is far off. Maybe you're not abiding by the Quran and Sunnah. Maybe you're not lowering your gaze as much. Here with a woman you're attracted to, you sign the contract and you should want to be with her for the rest of your life, and you should want to exercise your desires, your mindset, whatever it is that you want out of another woman with your wife at home. So to go back to the question of why do men refuse to sign nikah papers if it doesn't allow polygamy, it's because they choose to make that decision. They don't see a forever with you. They don't see that you're the person they want to spend the rest of their lives with. If they're making that decision today, if they're saying, hey, no, I want that polygamy option open, it's because they've already made it clear. They made it clear to you, right? And for you to, think about, oh, why, who, what, where, you shouldn't even be doing that. Do you see yourself with a guy who wants to be polygamous? No. Then that's it. You cut your losses. Yeah, the guys out there who don't want a polygamous marriage is rare, but still, you shouldn't lose hope because things are rare. You should be positive and look ahead and be like, hey, I'm a catch, and you are a catch. And the guy that wants to be with you forever and ever and wants to be with you in the akhirah, even in the akhirah when they're given all these choices to be with, the woman of paradise, they'll still select you because their focus and their vision and their love and their need was only for you. And so you will find that person. You shouldn't waste time on trying to convince this person who wants to be polygamous how to be just for you. It's a waste of time. That's a wrap. So I hope I answered your question, and I hope you guys liked this video. If y'all do, give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you guys subscribe. I'll be dropping a video every week. And if you guys have any questions or any comments or any topics you guys want me to discuss, comment down below, and inshallah I'll make it on the next video. Until next time, deuce.